Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Ciara, if you didn't know. I'm an aspiring singer-songwriter. I'm currently going into year 11 at school, so I wanted to do a video about GCSEs. This has been a video that I've been planning to make for literally months, but I've never got around to it. I love study YouTubers. Like, Olivia Greenhalgh is my queen, like she's my idol. She's incredible. I know she's left school now, but like, last year I used her videos so much and I plan to again this year. But I wanted to make a video because a lot of people talk about like maths and science and English people, but I also wanted to involve YouTubers and websites that can help for other things like RS and business, drama, all those sorts of things, because I know a lot of people don't talk about them. I have a list on my phone of everything I want to talk about and I just need to make sure I get through it. Okay, first thing I'm going to talk about is YouTubers that do revision videos. So the first YouTuber, which I'm pretty sure you all know, and if you don't know, I think you've been living under a rock, is Free Science Lessons. Sean Donnelly is a god in the world of GCSEs and I'm assuming A-levels as well, because he has a video for every single topic, subtopic, like whatever you want to call it, in science. So biology, chemistry and physics, everything you need to know, he condenses it into a 4-minute video about the topic that he's talking about. And he has a video for every single topic. Literally, it could be 2 days before your biology exam or whatever. You could literally have done no work and watch all the way through his videos and remember quite a lot. I usually sit with a notepad and watch his video or some flashcards in front of me and make notes on what he is saying. Obviously, I don't write everything that he's saying, I condense it, but he gives you everything you need to know. He doesn't give you lots of stuff that you don't need to know as unnecessary information. He knows what's the right thing to tell you, and he also specifies if it's for triple, if it's for higher, if it's for foundation, if it's for everyone, whatever, because some people get confused, but he is a god when it comes to science. Another person that does do science videos is Primrose Kitten. I know a lot of people do use her videos for science. I know she does videos where it's like the whole of biology paper 1 in 60 minutes or something, where she literally just talks through the entire specification of that paper and you learn all the content in that space of 60 minutes. I personally haven't used her because I get everything I need from Free Science Lessons because I find him really helpful. But I know a lot of my friends have told me and a lot of other YouTubers have said that the Primrose Kitten topic overview videos are really, really helpful. So go check her out if you haven't already. Primrose Kitten also does maths videos, which I have actually used and I actually have found quite helpful. She does videos for higher and foundation maths, and I think there's a 2-hour video where it's like the whole of GCSE maths in 2 hours. I think it's incredible. Like, I watched that 2-hour video and I had an exam the next day and I literally knew nothing before I watched that video, and then I went into that exam and I got a 7. And that's down to her because she explained things really well. But yeah, she is really, really helpful for maths and science, so I'd go check her out. I also downloaded her revision guide, I think, from her website for science, and that's been really helpful for helping me planning my revision timetables and sort of planning when I'm going to do my subjects, as well as actually learning the content, which I will go into more detail into later on. Another YouTuber which I'm sure a lot of you will know, and if you don't, again, you're living under a rock, is Mr. Bruff. Mr. Bruff does English videos and he has a playlist of videos per text. So for example, I'm doing an Inspector Calls, A Christmas Carol, Macbeth, and I was doing Power and Conflict Poetry, but I no longer am. And he has videos for all of them. Like, I learned so much from Mr. Bruff. Like, he has saved me. He also has revision songs, which are literally insane. He literally does like songs where he puts loads of information, like the Greatest Showman English language song is literally incredible. Like, I've memorized that song and I sing it in my head all the time. It's so helpful to me because I really struggle with English language. So he really, really helped me out. And he has audiobooks for all of the texts. He has like character analysis, like literally everything that you need to know about the text you will find on Mr. Bruff's YouTube channel. Okay, so I do business studies, so obviously I need to have revision material for business studies. I know it's quite a common topic, but people don't usually talk about it on YouTube. So I'm going to put it on the screen, but there is a YouTuber called BizConSesh, if I pronounce that correctly, and he does videos for every single topic of business studies. I personally do Edexcel, but I think he does videos for every single exam board, which is really, really helpful, and I've actually learned a lot from him. I have a teacher obviously for business studies at school, but I don't like learn a lot from her. Like, she seems like a lovely lady and everything, but I don't learn a lot from her. Like, I don't come out the lesson and be like, oh my god, I learned so much today, like this is going really well. So I usually go home and make notes on a video that I watched of his, and I find it really, really helpful. So if you do business, I highly recommend watching BizConSesh because his videos are extremely helpful. Okay, so I do religious studies and I'm on the exam board AQAA. I know a lot of people have religious studies as a core subject. I personally do. I didn't choose it. It's mandatory in our school. I know a lot of schools don't, but I know also a lot of schools do. But people don't usually talk about religious studies revision material on YouTube. So I just wanted to recommend a few YouTubers that I have found. Main one being Ben Wardle. I'm pretty sure he is like an actual student himself, like at university studying something to do with RS. But I've watched his videos and he has like half-an-hour videos where he talks about the whole topic of, say, Christian practices or Muslim beliefs or whatever, and literally talks about the entire topic in like half an hour. And I found that really, really helpful, because he just like talks through it, but he's not like a teacher, so it's called kind of chill, and he's like, oh, just relax and just listen to what I'm saying, sort of thing. So I found that really, really helpful, and if you do religious studies, I highly recommend checking him out. Some other YouTubers I recommend for religious studies are Matthew Townsend, Mr. Finlayson, and Revised Philosophy. I don't know if these people do strictly religious studies related videos, but I literally just typed in GCSE religious studies AQAA and saw what came up, and these people came up, and I checked their channels out, and they actually have more videos where they kind of explain like entire topics. Like, I'm pretty sure Mr. Finlayson, or whatever his name is, I can't pronounce it, but I apologize, does videos where he like does the themes, like for thematic studies paper. He has videos for Christian beliefs and Muslim beliefs and all things like that, and I find it really, really helpful. I can highly recommend going to look at those people. Another thing I want to talk about is revision guides. I know your teachers will be like, oh my god, everybody get a revision guide for every subject, and I actually do have revision guides for every subject, but there are some subjects, for example, maths, science, English, business, well, sometimes I use it for business, and possibly even religious studies, where I don't actually use the revision guide, because there's so many resources online that I understand a lot better and a lot more helpful to me than a revision guide. I just feel like it's a lot of information on a page, and especially the CGP ones, those are the ones I have the most of, but sometimes I don't find them helpful at all. They just kind of confuse me, but like I feel like the presentation's cool and everything. But yeah, I use my drama one a lot. My business one I do use sometimes. My music one I use, but only because I've struggled to find like YouTube channels that have like revision videos for music, so that's why I've used my music revision guide. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about some apps that I have on my phone that I find really helpful. The first app is 23 Equations. This app is for physics, and it gives you all the equations that you need to know for GCSE physics. I'm pretty sure it has all the triple ones, but you just go onto the app and it tells you to select your exam board, whether you do combined science or separate science, and whether you do foundation or higher. You select which topic you want to do, or you can just select everything. You put in how much time you want to spend that week doing it, press go or whatever it is, and then all the equations come up like that. So it says the units, it says the long words of what the equation is, and then it just gives the actual equation, so you can learn how to use it. And I find that really, really helpful for learning physics equations, because obviously you have a lot of equations to remember when you do physics. Another app that I sometimes use is Quizlet. I know some people, especially like Liv Greenarch on YouTube, literally lived by Quizlet when she was doing her GCSEs. I haven't used it that much because At the moment, I'm not really a flashcard person. Like, I don't really use flashcards, but I know a lot of people find them helpful. So on the Quizlet app, you just go on and you put in all the subjects you want to do, and all, like, you can literally just like search for a set of flashcards and there'll be flashcards on it that somebody's made. If not, you can make your own. The flashcards usually have a definition on one side and the keyword on the other side, but sometimes they're like question flashcards where it gives you a question and then the answers on the back. So I'm not too sure about that because I haven't really used that much, but if you like using flashcards and you don't want to keep writing them out or whatever, then I highly recommend using Quizlet to help you with either keywords or questions. Another thing I've actually found helpful, which I know is not a revision app, but it's somewhere we can get revision material, is Depop. I know people say you shouldn't buy revision material from other people because like you need to write it out yourself to remember it, but I've actually found it really helpful. I've bought some mind maps and revision material from people on Depop, especially for like geography and music. I'm pretty sure I bought a few things from people off Depop and I found that really helpful. So if you just type in GCSE and then the subject and then the exam board, I'm sure there'll be a lot of revision material that comes up. People usually sell revision guides on Depop, but I know a lot of people also sell like their GCSE notes or something. I also have a Depop which will be in the description box, but I plan to sell my revision notes on there and my revision guides after I finish GCSEs. A website that I know a lot of people live by is Seneca. Some people have actually suggested for me to get Seneca Premium, but I don't use Seneca enough to get Seneca Premium. I know a lot of people have found it really helpful to use Seneca, so I would highly recommend that if you want to have a look at it. The final revision method I'm actually going to talk about is past papers and mark schemes. Past papers and past exam questions and practice questions are your saviour, because here's the thing, you may know the content inside and out really, really well, but if you don't know how to apply it to a question that you're asked about it, you can really slip up. That's where I've struggled. Like, I haven't started doing any past papers yet because I've not gone into year 11. Like, I start year 11 next week, so I actually haven't had, like, I don't want to do any past papers because when it gets closer to my exams I won't have any left to do if I've already done them, so I'm going to wait. But I actually know the content really well. It's just I think I struggled to answer the questions, and that's the problem, because I did a biology mock in year 10 or something and I am like really confident with biology and I thought I knew a lot, but I did really badly because I don't actually know how to answer the questions. But apparently if you do past exam papers and practice questions, I know CGP do exam practice workbooks, if you use them it will really get your grades up and you'll be doing a lot better. Another thing that would be helpful to look at is examiners reports. I don't know if these are published online for every subject, but I know that the examiners write up what the most common mistakes are from students across the country in exams, and then you can look at them and practice making sure you don't make that mistake. For example, I can't remember the last time I looked at examiners reports, so I can't exactly remember what it contains, but I know that there are things in there that could be really helpful so that you know that a lot of students do that and that you don't do it because you've read through and you know that that's a big mistake that people can make. The final thing I want to talk about is organisation and how to organise your GCSEs. With GCSEs and organisation, I highly recommend Olivia Greenhalgh, who I will put on the screen. She is my favourite YouTuber in general, never mind just study related videos, and all my organisation, most of my organisation is down to her. I have a Lever Arch folder for all my core subjects, so maths, English and science, and then for all my option subjects I have a ring binder for all my option subjects. I also, for subjects where I have revision guides that I use on a regular basis or I need to have a lot of worksheets in an area, I have magazine files. So for example, I have a magazine file that has all my drama books and music books, because obviously for drama I have to have a portfolio as well, so I put my drama and music books in a magazine file next to my folder, because at the bottom of my wardrobe there is a space where I keep all my folders. Also for science, maths and English, I have a box with all the workbooks and revision guides and revision cards and everything that I use for maths, English and science. I think my science one is my biggest box because I have workbooks in there, I have textbooks, I have revision guides, I have revision cards, like literally so many things. And English as well, I have the Mr. Bruff guides, I have the CGP guides, I have study notes, I have York notes, I have I can't remember what else I am. But yeah, I would say that's really, really helpful. And definitely watch Olivia Greenhalgh's videos because she has some really helpful GCSE tips. Like, I think she has a video called How to Organise Yourself for GCSEs or something like that. And I would definitely recommend watching that video because that is how I kind of started to sort myself out. She also has a website where she like gave revision plans and things like that. So check that out, which will be linked in her channel somewhere. The final thing I'm going to talk about in this video is making a revision timetable. I recently learned about this new style of revision called a retrospective timetable. I'm pretty sure it's called that. And I will put the person whose YouTube channel I got it from on the screen now. I apologise, I really can't pronounce your name. I have tried, but I don't want to offend you if I say it wrong. But he's been really, really helpful. I'm pretty sure he's in my year because I know that every year there's sort of the YouTuber that's in year 11 that everybody's like, oh, we're gonna watch her videos because she's in year 11. Or he or whatever. But this year I don't actually know of anyone except him who's in year 11 and doing study videos on YouTube. Because there was Eve Bennett, there was Unjaded Jade, there was Olivia Greenhalgh, obviously, there was literally so many people, and now I don't know anyone, I'm pretty sure, that is like a big YouTuber, I mean like with 20k or more subscribers, that is doing study YouTube. So hopefully I can help some of you guys out. I know not a lot of people are going to see this, but I just wanted to give as much information as I can. So yeah, revision timetable is so important to know when you're going to revise and what you're going to revise. Don't just make a timetable like I've just put on the screen because it will say what subject you're revising, but it's not going to tell you what topic you're revising, how good you are at that topic, and how often you've revised that topic. That's what the retrospective timetable is for. I'll put a link at the top of this video for the retrospective timetable video from the guy who I put on the screen previously, because he taught me a lot about that, and now I actually started using his spreadsheet to do my revision. I do have the other type of timetable as well, the standard type, but I just use that to know when I'm going to revise and what I'm going to revise that day. But for the topics and for how often I've done it and how good I am, I use the retrospective timetable because I've actually found that really, really helpful. So shout out to that guy, you are very cool. People go give him some praise because I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a massive following, but he does deserve it because his videos are very good quality. That is all I have to say at the moment about GCSEs and organisation and revision. If you have any more questions, please put them below and I'll try to answer them. You can always DM me on Instagram, my usernames are on the screen. I know this was quite a long video, but I really appreciate you guys watching it and taking the time, and I hope you've learned some helpful tips by watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.